If you must know, Watson, the Lynch sisters and I enjoy a mutually beneficial relationship.
Mutually. Mutually.
A mutually beneficial relationship. A mutually beneficial relationship.
If I must know, I didn't ask.
I get to study the difference between two specimens born into...
Specimen. Specimen.
I get to study the difference between two specimens born into...
Someone the other thieves never told us about.
Poppycock. The height of intellectual vanity.
Vanity. Vanity.
Height of intellectual vanity. So embedded in the ceiling, a light sensor on the wall, cardboard box could take care of the motion sensor.
Cardboard. Cardboard.
Cardboard box could take care of the motion sensor. A light sensor on the wall, cardboard box could take care of the motion sensor. The light detector they would mask with simple black tape.
Detector. Detector.
Light detector they would mask with simple black tape. If you knew an excellent locksmith, you could provide an image of the key, have it duplicated.
Duplicate. Duplicate.
Have it duplicated.
Like this either. In AA, they'd say you're on a dry drunk. You're indulging in all the obsessions of addiction without...
Indulge. Indulge.
You're indulging in all the obsessions of addiction without... Or am I going to have to smash the fire alarm and get us both dragged out of here?
You're absolutely right, Watson. I can sometimes disappear into the rabbit hole of my psyche.
Psyche. Psyche.
I can sometimes disappear into the rabbit hole of my psyche. People to help me with my consultancy work on an as-needed basis. I think I could find a use for a mind as lively as yours.
Lively. Lively.
I think I could find a use for a mind as lively as yours.
No one knows if he's a European, American, a leprechaun.
I'm making a point of some kind.
Sounds like a fairy tale.
Fairy. Fairy.
Sounds like a fairy tale. This painting was stolen the same night that the Astor Museum finally unveiled it to the public. Now,
Unveil. Unveil.
finally unveiled it to the public. Now, if he's real, this guy's got style.
This man is real. There is a singular sensibility at work here. You can't...
Singular. Singular.
There is a singular sensibility at work here. You can't...
If you say relapse, you just want to meet my family so you can put them under a microscope.
Nonsense.
Microscope. Microscope.
Them under a microscope.
Nonsense. Going out for dinner while I dream of chasing the dragon, then so be it. I have a transcript to read.
Transcript. Transcript.
I have a transcript to read. Good morning. Coffee, yogurt, assorted fruits.
Yogurt. Yogurt.
Coffee, yogurt, assorted fruits. Exhibit C from Carter Averill's trial. I want to have a look at it. The jury looked at it 3 separate times while they were deliberating.
Deliberate. Deliberate.
While they were deliberating. While they were deliberating.
Oh, isn't that what the jury's supposed to do? Look at the exhibits.
This is a scrap of paper from the...
Scrap. Scrap.
This is a scrap of paper from the...
3 of them ordered soy. I'm surprised they were so health conscious. That looks like something your printer spits out.
Printer. Printer.
That looks like something your printer spits out.
That's it. They attacked the random number generator.
Generator. Generator.
They attacked the random number generator. The genius of the original plan is this algorithm. They hacked the software, fed the equation into it. It spits out escalating multiples of the...
Escalate. Escalate.
It spits out escalating multiples of the... It spits out escalating multiples of the number pi every 2 minutes. Pi is infinite. So
Infinite. Infinite.
pi is infinite. So the number pi every 2 minutes. Pi is infinite. So you take a 10-digit sample, the number...
Digit. Digit.
So you take a 10-digit sample, the numbers still appear random.
But if you know the algorithm, you...
algorithm, algorithm,
But if you know the algorithm, you...
This is an active investigation.
Yes, I'm a consultant with the NYPD, and I need to speak to one of the tenants. His name is...
tenant, tenant,
And I need to speak to one of the tenants. His name is... Each one a different colour. This one has 2 layers. But the mineral residue on the glass indicates that it was full.
residue, residue,
Mineral residue on the glass indicates that it was full. Many of the stones stolen from the Svalbard exchange were uncut diamonds. They happen to look exactly like decorative rocks. Now, if you...
decorative, decorative,
They happen to look exactly like decorative rocks. Now, they happen to look exactly like decorative rocks. Now, if you'd just stolen some, this vase would be an ideal hiding place.
vase, vase,
This vase would be an ideal hiding place.
Had a secretary who killed 5 people?
Not really. I just helped out a little.
She was instrumental in solving that case. She was
instrumental, instrumental,
instrumental in solving that case. She was sober companion. When I first heard that term, I couldn't imagine what it entailed, and I'm an addict.
entail, entail,
I couldn't imagine what it entailed, and I'm an addict.
What?
I'm just curious as to who Justin Guthrie might have collaborated with to rob
collaborate, collaborate,
to who Justin Guthrie might have collaborated with to rob the...
Can't you bask in the morning?
It's this case, Watson. It renews one's faith in the profession.
renew, renew,
It renews one's faith in the profession. Ladies and gentlemen, so I'd like to start by thanking you all for fulfilling your civic duty.
fulfill, fulfill,
Fulfilling your civic duty.
Look for Mr. Wilson inside. Not with this many coffin flies around. Coffin flies?
coffin, coffin,
Coffin flies? She seems rather noble, Miss Audrey Higuera, doesn't she? Very noble indeed.
noble, noble,
Very noble indeed. Very noble indeed. I don't like her.
Is that because she's a chaplain or because she's a...
chaplain, chaplain,
Is that because she's a chaplain or because she's a...
Begins to manufacture cells that bear the DNA of your donor. Right. And bone marrow manufactures blood. So you know that every recipient of a transplant walks...
transplant, transplant,
So you know that every recipient of a transplant walks...
Those bottles cost $500 a piece. You'd think if they wanted to thank me with champagne, they'd go...
Champagne. Champagne.
You'd think if they wanted to thank me with champagne, they'd go... Have a glass if you like. You figured out Audrey Higuera was a bone marrow donor.
marrow, marrow,
You figured out Audrey Higuera was a bone marrow donor. I would never suggest that.
Really? I think it's the first time I've ever heard you say anything remotely modest.
Remotely. Remotely.
I've ever heard you say anything remotely modest.
I know you think that I don't, like your new career.
To put it mildly.
mildly, mildly,
To put it mildly.